Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Surrender and let go of the past. Whatever life takes away from you, let it go. When you surrender and let go of the past, you allow yourself to be fully alive in the moment. Letting go of the past means that you can enjoy the dream that is happening right here, right now. Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's not here. What are you doing right now? Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 17, NASDAQ up 3, S&Ps are flat. Gold contract down $15, trading at $1,662 an ounce. Silver off 45 cents at $30.46 an ounce. Platinum flat at $1,630 an ounce. Copper down 5 pennies at $3.65 a pound. Light sweet crude, where is she? Light sweet crude was flat at $93.70 a barrel. Bonds up 20 ticks at $145.15. King dollar down 19 ticks at 79.62. Euro up 67 at 133.39. And the yen up 44, trading out at 89.22. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay. Cash S&P, folks. We are at 1472.72. The swing high up here that it wants to get into is at 1474.51. That's on your daily. Now, what happens here on your weekly, I can tell you, it's pretty interesting because what you do, now, we didn't have the volume in here, but when you're waking up, and, I say many times that the market's going to have a little rest here. If we go over and take a look at the SPY, we take the SPY, we put the SPY up. What we did out here in the SPY today is 91 million. We take this and we put it on a weekly basis. What you have is that the spike high, and that's what we did on the week of the September 14th. We spiked into the 148.11, gave it up pretty quickly, and then basically backed, well, we did back off from 148 down to 134. Now, we did 548 million shares this week. Your correlation is 658, which, it's not that bad. It's another 100 million. But I suspect Monday morning it's going to be tagging that level. Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow Industrials. What we have with the Dow Industrials, the Dow closed up 17 bucks. We're at 13,488. We put this on a weekly basis. She also wants to run up to one of those swing points. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We traded 6 weeks, folks, at that high up there, at the 13,600 level. Right now we're at 13,488. NASDAQ Composite, different animal in the composite. Okay, the composite is still all about Apple. So what you have the composite is this. We were up $3. The composite also closed over a swing point. The last swing point last week was 3118. You closed over it. That's saying it can go higher. If we go look at the 3 Qs, you're going to see the amount of volume it has behind the move, and it's anemic, folks. This is what you have. Okay, we did 19 million shares today. The 19 million is going into 70 million on a daily basis, okay? That's the daily. Now watch when you pull up the weekly. The weekly basis, this is, and so if you're going basically short the market, keep your head wrapped around the NDX 100, because this is why. The highs of last week was 67.34. Well, this week, where we closed at the high, which is 67.29. So that's saying, number one, we did, well, first off, we did 138 million going into 209 million from last week. That's that correlation. That is also saying, though, the NASDAQ does want to basically get another, the NDX wants to get another, 10 pennies. It wants to go up and test that area. Now, let's go over to good old Apple. We take a look at Apple. What does Apple do out here? Apple today, flat market, down $3. We had a price spread of 525 was the high, 519 was the low. And that's not a big price spread for Apple. That's on your daily. We take this and we put this on a weekly, and what you're going to see is this. Apple is building cause, folks, to get into its low swing point out here of that 501.23. And this is what it is. The first leg down on Apple, when we got to 505, we did 127 million shares. Then we bounced. On 92 million. So correlation 127, 92. We come back down again, and you'll see that we did contract on volume. What we did is that we did 127 the first time down, 119 the next time down, 104 the next time down. But watch what happens. This is when you're looking at, okay, where's the force? So 3 times down, 3 times big volume. But yet, on a longer basis, meaning every time you went down, you did contract. Then what ends up happening is this. You go topside again with 77 million. That kills it. It kills it, folks, because if we take the highs, so watch for this. When we take the highs, first high up there was 92 million. Second high was 77 million. You can see it's losing it. What do we do this week? We're pushing into a low at 82 million. So what Apple's going to do, Apple wants to wake up. Well, we'll see how it wakes up, whether it has a headache or not. But the bottom line is that Apple looks to me that it wants to wake up and basically go after this 501 area. Gold market. We take a look at the gold market. What we have with gold is this. Gold contract today did 162,000 contracts, and you had a sideways market. You're down $15. You're actually down $19. But what you really did, you're going sideways. Now, that's on the daily basis. You put this on, I'm going to use the GLD. We'll bring this up, and then we'll take the GLD. What you're going to see in the GLD is that we came down with an expansion of volume. We did 13 million shares. We take this on a weekly basis, and what you're going to see on the weekly basis is that there's trouble in paradise. And that paradise on the GLD is 159.34. It wants to go after that swing low from 2 weeks ago. That swing low, we had done 83 million shares, and last week we did 57 million shares. This week we did 50 million shares, and it's hanging at those lows. What is saving it right now, by the way, folks, is this. The highs of the June lows is actually saving it. Last June, what we had done is this. We got to a low of $148. We closed out the month at 158. What we had done there is 65 million shares. That's why it has to build cause to get into that area. It's building that cause right now, and I expect you are going to see it into lower price. If you want to check out, I was on CNBC this morning. You can come right to our website at TFNN. You'll see that link excuse me, folks, that is right on the front page from this morning. Bond market. Let's go over to the bond market. What we have with the bond market, excuse me, folks, is this. Bond market today did 343,000 contracts. Not bad for a Friday. Bonds right now at 145.16. She finished at the high end of its range. Once bonds get 3 more ticks up, which is 145.19, she's going to be in the bigger range again. And what I'm going to want to see here is want to see the bond contracts per day start running at about 450 to 525. Dollar index. Let's go take a look at the dollar index. So what we did with the dollar index is this. She did 30,000 contracts, got to a lower low, didn't really reject it yet. What we did need, though, is that we needed that 30,000 contracts. The reason being is that what you did yesterday we came down on 38,000 contracts. We needed that lighter volume because the high of the low in gold and the dollar index is 79.40. We did 31,000 contracts at that low. We did 30,000 today. Now, I would have rather if it hit the actual 79.04, but it got to 79.49. 79.40. So I missed it by 9/100ths. But bottom line is that I expect you're going to see building some cause to get into higher price. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We go take a look at Big Blue. Well, first off, let's go inside the NDX 100 first. Inside the NDX 100, this is what you had out here today. Was putting juice into it. You had Activision. We had Cognis Technology, Monster Beverage, it's a dog. That was a dead cat bounce. Taken out of it is that we had let's see, modify PRGO. This is REGN. This is second day in a row that's getting, it doesn't look that bad. It must have came all the way back yesterday. You stay right there, folks. Tom O'Brien, TFNN. We're going to be right back.